Hi lovely and darling viewers, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy. This time I'm reviewing the main run of Star Wars comics. These started in 2015. This is volume 1, which contains issues 1 through 12. It's actually comprised of 2 trade paperbacks, which are Skywalker Strikes and The Showdown in Smuggler's Moon. Writing and art are by Jason Aaron, John Cassaday, Stuart Immonen, Simone Bianchi, and others. The complete list of artists and writers will be down in the description below if you want to check them out. So these comics take place in between Episode 4, A New Hope, and Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. So they've just blown up the Death Star, and this is their next moves. So we're following Luke, Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca, R2-D2, and 3CPO. So these start off with the team trying to sneak their way into this weapon facility and blow it up, so the Empire loses some of their weapon stores and ability to make more. They do this by impersonating a representative of Jabba the Hutt, who was supposed to go and negotiate. So the Empire is trying to work with Jabba to distribute weapons and get materials from the Outer Rim region over by Tatooine. So Han Solo walks up there, is recognized, and they're like, oh, he works with Jabba, he must be our negotiator. And so he sneaks in Luke and Leia. But we find out that the Empire's main negotiator is Darth Vader. And so that leads to this really epic face-off between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. At this point, Vader doesn't know that Luke is his son. He doesn't know that Luke is the guy who blew up the Death Star. He just knows that this is a kid who's got some Force abilities and who is, making some trouble. So that's the first main story arc. The second one sees our group splitting off into multiple sections. Luke goes off on his own. He goes back to Tatooine, trying to go through Obi-Wan's stuff, seeing if he can find out any more clues about either Luke's past or the Jedi Order. While he's there, he finds some of Obi-Wan's journals, and so we have this one-shot story about Obi-Wan and what he was doing on Tatooine during the years while Luke was growing up, which I really love. That is one of my favorite parts of this comic, is seeing Obi-Wan. And then further down the line, Luke gets captured by a collector of Jedi artifacts who wants the last Jedi, and Luke needs to escape. Leia and Han go off on their own mission. They are trying to find a new rebel base that the Empire isn't going to be able to find. And while they're doing this, somebody from Han's past shows up claiming to be his wife, which causes all kinds of problems, especially with Leia. So that was a very fun, interesting storyline also. There is tons of fighting and tons of action and tons of character development. I love seeing these guys. I love Leia and Han's relationship. I love Luke trying to figure out who he is and what it means to be a Jedi. We also get some really awesome moments with Chewbacca and R2 and 3CPO. So if you love those guys, they definitely feature in this series. I like the art style. I love the fact that we get some of these one-page panels that are just epic. You can just hear the Imperial March while Darth Vader is showing up at the base. It's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, Boba Fett also makes an appearance in here, trying to track down Luke. Darth Vader's put out bounty hunters trying to find this group that's messed up his Death Star. So if you love Boba Fett, he shows up too. There's Obi-Wan's story. Woo-hoo. There's some awesome Luke and Leia action going on there. So I thoroughly enjoyed this comic. I ended up giving it 4 stars overall. The Obi-Wan one-shot was definitely my favorite. Definitely that one hits the 5-star for me. Everything you love about Star Wars and seeing all the different planets and all the different aliens and our favorite characters are showing up again. I enjoyed. Definitely recommend. Let me know in the comments below if you read these comics. I'm going to keep going with the rest of the series. I know there's overlap with the Darth Vader comics that I already read, so that's why I stopped at issue 12. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you read these, what you thought of them, what's your favorite Star Wars comics, who's your favorite character. I think Leia is the most epically awesome one in the universe. Yeah, so peace Peace out. I love you guys, and keep reading. Bye.